Hey guys, what's going on? It's Justin from NASCAR HQ here, and today I'm going to be starting a new, kind of a little mini series that we're going to be getting ready for the 2018 season. And as you guys know, NASCAR.com has already released its power rankings for going into the 2018 season. And I'm going to split this up. There's 30 drivers, and I'm going to split this up into 6 videos and do 5 drivers apiece because I want to give each driver a a bit of a spotlight. So we're gonna do 5 at a time in this series, and we're gonna do this weekly. So there'll be a new video out every week talking about different drivers going into the 2018 season. So yeah, let's get into it. Number 30 in NASCAR's power rankings is David Ragan. And one of the only comment that they really put for David Ragan is that he did accumulate 3 top 10 finishes, and that is his most since 2011. And let's see what I think about David Ragan. I think he's an incredibly talented driver. I just think over the course, ever since he left Roush Fenway, I just don't think he's really had the opportunities that to drive a particularly good race car. We all know Front Row Motorsports is not just the top team in NASCAR, but I think he has I think most of his top tens, if not all of his top tens last season, were at restrictor plate tracks, which he's really good at. He's got 2 wins at Talladega, I think. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't see a whole lot changing with him this year because uh he's still with Front Row. At least, I mean, he does have a ride, so that's one thing. 29th is Matt Dibenedetto, and Matt Dibenedetto is actually one of those like low-end drivers that I've actually been pretty impressed with. Him driving the 32 for Go Fast Racing. Of course, he drove the 83 back in 2016. And let's see, the comments that NASCAR made and is Dibenedetto made marked improvements in 2017, leading 12 laps and cracking the top 30 in points for the first time in his career. They are a one-car team, which is what I like to see. I like to see if you don't have a whole lot of money, then spend your time on the one car you have. Try to make it as best you can before going into a 2-car team. As you guys can tell, that's what Furniture Row Racing did, and clearly it worked. So they're a 1-car team, and while 2-car teams they get more paycheck. Having 2 drivers out on the racetrack, obviously that means you get 2 paychecks from a race, but look at what Furniture Row Racing did. I mean, I think that's a prime example of what a 1-car team can do, and they're actually going back to a 1-car team this year. I know in the foreseeable future, Barney Visser wants to go to a 2-car team, but Matt Dibenedetto, I think has really stepped it up with this 1-car team, and he has impressed me for as much as someone at that rank could, I suppose you'd say. 28th is Chris Buescher. And one thing I've gotta say before I read the comments, every single time I would watch a race or I'd see the qualifying this year, did anyone else notice how Aj Allmendinger and Chris Buescher, the 2 teammates, were literally right there next to each other? Like that was pretty much the 2017 for them. It was like they were always right there next to each other. Wherever one was running, that's where the other one was. And I don't know. See, NASCAR makes a comment about how Chris Buescher did not win this season, but let's face it, in 2016 his win came because of a pit stop call and rain. I mean, granted, it was still technically a win, but I just don't know how you can consider that. Just, I mean, when he won, he still barely made it into the playoffs, and when he did make it into the playoffs, he was still running around 30th or so. So his 2017 performance, all in all, I'd say is much better than his 2016 performance. He improved his average finish by nearly 5 spots. That's incredible. He was not fighting to stay in the top 30. He was actually top 30 most of the year, I believe. So yeah, all in all, I'd say Chris Buescher, his season improved. That's another team that's gone to a 2-car team instead of a 1. JTG Doherty Racing. And speaking of Chris Buescher and Aj Allmendinger being together, number 27 is Aj Allmendinger. Yeah, it does mention that Aj Allmendinger's numbers have taken a hit. And I'll be honest, I truly do believe that it's because they are now a 2-car team and not a 1-car team. I think when Aj Allmendinger was the only one, I think he did a lot better. A lot of people consider Aj Allmendinger with road courses, and he's really good at road courses. But Aj Allmendinger is actually a really good driver on the oval tracks as well. So I mean, Aj Allmendinger is a driver. Like when Chris Buescher won in 2016, he wasn't even close to making it to the round of 12. When Aj Allmendinger won at Watkins Glen, I believe it was, in 2014 and made it to the first ever playoffs, he actually didn't do that bad. He actually got fairly close to making it to the round of 12, I think. He didn't, but he got fairly close. So I just think that people underestimate Aj Allmendinger a bit. And I'm a real big fan of these low end teams being a 1-car team. So, we'll see how it goes in 2018. And 26, and the final one of this video, is Trevor Bayne. And overall, I think Roush Fenway in general did better, and obviously Ricky Stenhouse Jr. did, getting not just his first career win, but his first 2 career wins. But Trevor Bayne improved as well. His stats were fairly close to his from 2016, but it was one of those where, while I was watching the race, it was like I would see Trevor Bayne more up towards the top 10, and I didn't see that a whole lot in 2016. So, Trevor Bayne, I think the downsize of Roush from 3 to 2 helped both cars, and I'm interested to see what Trevor Bayne can do with it in 2018. That's about all I had to say for those drivers. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to keep tuning in, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about these 5 drivers and how they're going to do in 2018. And yeah, be sure to tune in next week for our next set of drivers. And this is NASCAR HQ signing out. Race on.